Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 55-year-old New York resident James Weeks traveled to D.C. and then he went to the Capitol. He was with his brother Troy. So they maneuvered through the crowd on the Capitol grounds. They made their way to the Lower West Terrace Tunnel. Officers were already under assault when they arrived there. So Weeks and his brother entered the tunnel. They pushed their way through the crowd. They reached the front of the police line. And they were both seen pushing against the officers. So one of the officers lifted his arm to try to spray the mob with chemicals to get him to back off. And Weeks reached up and he reached his hand toward the officer and he yelled, quote, "I'm going to shove it up your ass, you fat fuck. I'm going to shove that up your ass. We're going to fuck you up." I mean, could just take it away, right? Why you gotta violate the man's ass? Anyway, Weeks moved forward and he pushed a glass door open that was preventing the mob from advancing into the tunnel. And when he got the door open, the mob, including Weeks, all surged forward toward the police. So Weeks was immediately seen striking out at officers with one of his arms. Simultaneously, he was pushing against a police sergeant. He finally stopped when another member of the mob inadvertently shot Weeks in the face with pepper spray. They were trying to hit the police, but, the overspray got him. So Weeks exited the tunnel at that point, and he headed over to a Capitol window. You guys have seen this in videos and photos. It was those arched windows nearby the tunnel. People were trying to shatter the window when he arrived. So Weeks motioned for the mob and he yelled for quote unquote volunteers. And when one person was finally able to break the window, Weeks was seen cheering. So then he walked up to the window and he started banging a can of pepper spray against the wood framing of the window. Weeks was then seen banging a small stick against the framing, or actually, I think this was a different window now that I'm thinking about it. I think this was over near the Senate wing doors. Anyway, he was seemingly trying to knock out the remaining glass after the first person shattered it. So Weeks was arrested on February 1st of 2024, and he was charged with civil disorder, assaulting officers, destruction of government property, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and 2 counts of physical violence. In June of 2024, Weeks pleaded guilty to the assault charge, so he faced up to 8 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. But the prosecutor requested only 27 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,774 in restitution. And check this out. Weeks was a corrections officer for approximately 26 years. Yet this guy is at the Capitol berating officers, assaulting them, threatening them. Yeah, Donald Trump seriously brainwashed these people. It's sickening. It really is how he got them to turn on their own. So luckily, U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell presided over Weeks' case. She's one of the tougher January 6 judges. She did not disappoint. Judge Howell sentenced Weeks to 27 months in prison, 3 years of probation, $2,774 in restitution, and a $5,000 fine. So she gave the prosecutor everything they asked for and then some. Still wish it was the full 8 years, but at least she didn't knock it down. Other judges absolutely would have done that. He would have gotten less time. So anyway, decent, considering that, he didn't physically, he did push on the police, but he didn't actually cause any physical injuries. So I think that this was a decent outcome. Again, we'll see what Donald Trump does. We'll see how he, deals with each of these cases. And I love how all of these people kept saying, oh, Trump's going to pardon the January 6 people. Trump's going to pardon them. Trump's going to pardon them. You should just not even do these videos because Trump's going to pardon them. And then as soon as Biden pardons his son, not only are they all up in arms that Biden pardoned his son, which, at this point, with everything Trump got away with, I don't give a damn. Could not care less. Seriously, I don't care who he pardons. Don't care. Don't care. With what's going on with the Supreme Court and Trump getting to totally walk on all of these criminal charges, could not give less of a damn. That's how I feel. And on top of that, Trump is now bringing up pardoning the January 6 defendants and convicts as if he wasn't already planning to do it. So that's got to make them a little nervous that he wasn't actually thinking about it. Wasn't really like the first thing he planned to do as he promised. And why would he? Because he doesn't need them anymore, right? Unless he tries to stay in for a third term, then he'll need them. We'll see. All right. I will let you guys know if I hear any more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.